Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, every now and then I come across a topic that is so dumb, that is so moronic, that is so foolish, right? That you just gotta call it clown world. Right? And guys, today we're gonna talk about micro-feminism. Now I've heard some stupid stuff, guys, right? I really have. But this has to take the cake. Guys, micro-feminism is like right below passive aggressiveness, right? It's when these chicks do these things to further the cause, right? But it's like not even passive aggressive. It's just banal and dumb and moronic, right? To try and get over on us men. So guys, we're going to get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, because it really helps keep this channel going. Check out my second channel link in the description, guys. And here we are, the dumpster fire note as TikTok again. Here we go.
Here's a list of things I do that are micro-feminisms.
Clown
I feel like
world.
probably a lot of you don't know that I'm an attorney during the day, so
Look at
that's
that.
my 9 to 5. And I have a lot of little tiny things that I do that are micro-feminism.
Here we go.
Like acts, if you don't know what that is. Long story short, it's like instead of just like standing up, burning your bra, and screaming at people, it's like little acts that make men pissed off. And
Please.
It's my favorite fucking thing to do. Top of the list is if somebody says I have to talk to the board, or I have to talk to the chairperson of the board, or I have to talk to the CEO or CFO or whoever, I will say, let me know what she says. Always she. Like my default is she or her instead of he or him.
Oh, you showed
Obviously,
us.
unless I know the person and I know that it's a man, I don't go out of my way to be wrong. This is an easy and obvious one, but saying MS instead of MISS or MRS, because MS period just, it doesn't mean you're married or unmarried. It means that you just like don't know or don't care. As your prefix. I know some people will say Miss and Mr. and then like their names, but I don't go that far out of my way. But I will, if I'm saying first names, like if I'm saying Jane and John, I'll say Jane first instead of saying John first.
Look at that.
If I'm on an email with a bunch of people who do not outrank each other, obviously this is like if there's not a secretary, not a assistant, anything like that, and someone has to send like a calendar invite or a Zoom invite or something like that, I will ask the men in the group to send it, or like a specific man in the group, like, hey John, do you mind sending that? If a woman says something in an email, like they do some research and they have an opinion on something and I think it's right, but I think more needs to get added, I will say, I think Jessica's 100% right. This is correct. I just want to add something like that. Like I'll affirm and then continue. But like if a man says it, I'll just say, I want to add, and I'll just go into whatever I'm going to add. And I think that part is just important because it's important to like cement, especially for women, to like boost confidence and just say like, hey, like call out to everyone else like, hey, they're fucking right. They're fucking smart and they're fucking right. Anyway, I would love to know forms of microfeminism that you implement in your workplace. Here's a list.
Guys, this person's so goddamn delusional. If she thinks any of those things piss us off, guess what, lady?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, there's so much wrong here, right? Number one, she's focused on all this, guys. This isn't even passive aggressive, right? This is like below that, right? And this is why these feminists say that they need men, right? That they need men as allies to swoop in.
Here I come to save the day.
Because when men want to get stuff done, we get stuff done. We don't resort to this ridiculous, like, what is this? I say MS instead of MISS. Like, really? See, if men want to make change, we make change. And we will put our necks out there and put ourselves at risk. This is what these feminists think is making a difference. Clown world. Really? And then she says, oh, she's 100% right. Because women have to support each other. Guys, I have a whole playlist of videos about how women can't stand each other at work and treat each other like trash. So that goes out the window. And guys, she's an attorney. This is why I say, guys, don't date attorneys. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Her hashtags. Hashtag micro-feminism. Hashtag feminism, right? The guys are too busy working to worry about any of this stuff. You know what I mean? Everything she talks about to fight the patriarchy, guys. If this was my job, I wouldn't even notice because I'm busy getting stuff done. And then she's gonna get on TikTok and actually act like she's saving the world. Clown world. Here we go again.
My favorite form of like microfeminism is that when I send an email, let's say to like a CEO, and you know you have to copy their assistant for scheduling purposes. If the assistant is a female, I will always in the email to line, I will always enter their email address before the CEO's. So
Look at that.
if the CEO was Bob and the assistant is a female named Jane, I'm always going to put the to line Jane and then the CEO. Like nobody probably notices, but it makes me feel like I see you. Another thing that I do kind of along the same lines is if I'm emailing a team, I will always address the woman first in the actual email. So I'll be like, hey, Kathy and Joe. I'm having a hard time coming with names. Anyway, that's my favorite form of microfeminism. What's yours?
So guys, the whole CEO thing, guys, it's usually a smart idea to put the higher ranking person first in the email. So a lot of people don't notice, but some are sticklers for it because this is a CEO she's talking about. These 304s have no respect for hierarchy, authority, or anything, right? And that's why, guys, with the more these chicks get hired because of DEIA, the worse things are going to be. And guys, I'm going to keep this series going, and I'm going to read these comments. Because the first video I just did a minute ago had some stupid comments too. But guys, look, mine is at preschool. Mine is at the preschool I work at. I always call the dads first when kids are sick and the moms for billing questions. Someone says, my loan officer listed my name first on my husband's and I his first mortgage. I kept my maiden name, and seeing my name as the owner and my husband as a co-owner made me tear up and feel respected. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Now, first of all, this chick's husband, he's for letting his wife keep her maiden name, right? And this knucklehead is so delusional to think, oh, I'm owner, he's co-owner. That's how crazy these chicks are. Look at that. Look at that. Someone says, I manage a team of 4 women, and I switch up the order. I enter them in an email so that no one feels like they're always last. Someone says, this comment section made me realize we're all making small steps each day. Please. Look at that. Someone says, I put up safety cleaning posters featuring our staff in the workplace, and I always make sure that I use the guys' images for the kitchen and toilet posters saying to clean up after themselves. Someone says, I write real estate contracts, and I always put the wife's name first. The husband's questioned it a lot, even though it makes zero difference. It is because the guy's probably paying for most of the mortgage and the down payment. Guys, this isn't even passive aggressive. This is just petty. And guys, they're acting like pettiness is some type of revolutionary behavior. If you call them on it, guys,
how dare you?
That's what they say. Clown world.
So I'm a bartender, and anytime a man feels the need to order his drink in a super masculine way, for example, hi, what can I get for you? Just a beer. Just give me a beer. Whatever beer you have on tap, whatever light beer you got. Just a Bud Light, Coors Light. Just give me a beer. It happens all the time.
It's called customer service, you moron. Give the man his beer.
I like to respond in a super cutesy way. So, for example, what can I get for you? Just a beer. Oh, love that. It's giving refreshing. Or, ooh, what can I get for you?
Oh, she showed us, guys. It's giving refreshing. Please.
Just a Bud Light. Ooh, a Bud Light. Rice beer. Nice choice. It always throws them off a little bit.
No, it doesn't. Guys, come on.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
She seriously thinks that that's going to throw us off when we're trying to get a beer? So she's trying to say that she insults guys in that woman passive aggressive way that will piss off another woman, and that's supposed to offend us men?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Come on, dude. This is so much cap. Guys, put in the comments if that would even bother you. And plus, guys, we all know real men don't order Bud Light, right? So we all know that she has to be capping.
Another one I like to do is if I compliment a man on his shirt, I love to say, "Ooh, I love that top." They always look so confused, like, what? Thank you for complimenting me, but also, this is a shirt.
No, they're confused because they're actually getting a compliment from a woman. And that never, ever happens. Ever. Ever. Guys, there's such delusion land.
It's a top. It's on the top half of you, is it not?
That's my favorite form of micro.
Guys, delusion. Delusion. This is what this feminism stuff has come to. These chicks are, they talk a big game and then they call this the fight. And this is proof that these Western chicks, they have nothing to fight for. Right? Nothing. Nothing other than talking snarky at a bar when your job is to be a bartender, changing around emails or moving around names on mortgage certificates. Clown world. Look at that, and they think that they're bragging about this. You know what, guys? I'm gonna invent micro-feminism. How about that, guys? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna do micro-feminism, guys. Let's start this going, right? In the comments, guys, put your micro-feminism that you're gonna do on a day-to-day basis. I know that all of us are busy and we're working, guys, but I'm sure that if we put our minds to it, we can do something every day to help us guys out. Small petty things, right? You guys are hashtags. Hashtag micro-feminism. Hashtag feminism. Hashtag bartender. Hashtag bartender life. Hashtag nice top. Look at that, guys. Guys, I'm gonna keep this series going because this is like a trend that just started recently. And guys, oh boy. And guys, we will revisit. I'm serious about this micro-feminism thing. Seriously. All right, you guys. I appreciate you. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.